Hi everyone, so this is just a quick video of how we're going to perform the task. The task for Project Demeter Utility and PO Invoice Header Details Extraction. So once you're logged into the Swarm Colony portal, you select Project Demeter category. And as you select on it, you will see the next page you're going to see is this one. So you have the training, qualification, and production. So if you're at the stage of qualifying for the task, then you're going to select this. But if you're already qualified and you already have access to production, then you will going to select this subcategory. So you will select this. As of the moment, the client has sent us 21 documents, which they're going to let us try. And then we're going to submit to them the results. They're going to look at those results, and then once they've checked that everything's fine, then we're going to fully roll out the production batch. So once the production batch is fully rolled out, so you're going to select here. But right now, we're still on the testing stage. So our head of technology decided to upload or to set up the 21 documents as a training task. So this is just for the meantime while we're doing the testing. But you do not have to worry, because whatever structure the training task has, it will be the same structure for qualification and production. So this video that we're doing will always be applicable to the other categories for qualification and production. Okay, so let's start. You select that, and then you select accept. So I've already accepted a task earlier. I just wasn't able to finish it because the PDF document didn't load. So since I've already accepted the task, I'll select resume. Okay, so this is you will see here the document itself. And if you want to have a closer look at a bigger size, then you're going to select the link here. And then this is it. This is the one. And then for the instructions, you're going to select here. So the instructions link is the general instructions. I've mentioned it before that we have two types of instructions, the general and the specific instruction. So this one is the general instruction. So if you want to access the specific instructions, you're going to click here. So the specific instructions will have other samples and specific notes for each vendor. So you just review them and go over them. So just a reminder, not all vendors have specific instructions, because it's structured the same, or the main idea of all the details that you're going to extract is already mentioned here in the general instructions. So you just refer to the general instructions and the specific instructions if necessary. And another important thing to note is that there are certain invoices that only require a summary extraction. Summary meaning you're only going to extract the word total and the corresponding item total or invoice total. So to be sure whether you're going to do a summary extraction or you're going to do a extraction similar to this one, you are to refer to this list here. So you refer to this Google Sheet and see if the invoice you're encountering in the task is listed here. So if it's listed here, then you're going only to you're going to do a summary extraction, meaning you're only going to extract the word total for the description items. So this one, we have Aramark. So let's see if it's listed here for letter A. I don't see Aramark here. So we're going to extract the details based here. So you're going to refer to the general instructions. Okay, so for this button or for this selection, you're going only to select this if the document has missing pages or it doesn't load. So you're going to select this. And if it doesn't load or there are missing pages, then you're going to select this and just submit your answer. So once a worker classifies or selects this, I will be receiving an email and I will be verifying whether the document actually has missing pages or whether it doesn't load. Okay, so let's start with the task. Vendor name, so you select, as mentioned in the instructions, you would have a list of vendor names. And then if it's not in the list, you're going to select the override option, this one. So again, as we go back, I don't see a remark here. I don't see a remark. So I'm going to select the override option and fill in a remark. Okay. So next, we're going to the ship to address. Where is the document? So this is the document. Let me just place it in a different window so it's easier for us. It's easier for you to view. So you can go back to the task. So this is a remark. So as mentioned, for ship to address, we're going to look for the ship to address in this sequence: ship to address, service, location, bill to, delivery, or if it's in the line items. So for Aramark, I remember I made a sample here. So I can view the sample. So it's faster. So for Aramark, the ship to address you can find in the sample. The ship to address is this one. This is the ship to address. So if I go to the task to the invoice in my task, so that's it, 6725 Winning Drive. If I go here to ship to, let's see if there's 625. So there's 6725 Winning Drive. So I'll select that. So I don't need to select the override option because I can find the ship to address here. And then invoice number. Invoice number is this one. So if you refer to the sample here, this is the invoice number. So that's one. That's the correct one. And then the invoice date. Invoice date is this one. So if you go to our sample, this is the invoice date. So you input here and make sure that you're using the correct format, MMDDYYYY. So 04 is correct, 27 is correct, but the year is not, so you have to make sure it's 2018. And then the PO number. Let's see in the sample if there's a PO number. I think there's none. You won't find any PO number here. So we just leave this blank. So as I mentioned before in the instructions, and also in the Skype training, the total invoice amount is an auto-calculated field. So it will auto-calculate based on what you have entered here in your quantity and item price. You're only going to select the override option for total invoice amount if you have gone over your items and then you see that everything is correct, but still the auto-calculated amount is different from what is in the invoice, then you're going to select this option. But if everything is correct and then this is correct also and it's based on what is in the invoice, so no need to select this option because again, it's an auto-calculated field. So if you want to add a new row, let's just say, I'll just remove that first so that, because this was a test a while ago. So, okay, so now it's empty. So if you want to add, so we're going now to our invoice items. If you're going to add a new row, a new row, you're going to select the add button. So you have here the line description, the line quantity, line price, and line total. So you have here the first line item is apron spun, no PKT black X. So you can see, as I mentioned before, the line, this line here represents the decimal point. This line here represents the decimal point. And you're not going to include a description, a line description, if the value is 0. So in this case, the value in this line, the value is 0. But if you see in the next line, you have 71.28. And then so as mentioned also in the specific instruction, if there's a quantity, item price, and item total without any description, you are to use the preceding description. So you're going to repeat inventory maintenance twice, like for this one. But for this one, if the value is 0, you're to ignore it. But in this case, in this example, it has a corresponding quantity of 9. So like this one, although this line, the total charge is 0, so you're going to exclude these values. But in the next line, you have 396.18 and 71.28. So what you're going to do is use this description and then extract these values. So let's go to the task. Your first line item description would be this one. There are documents that allow copy pasting, but there are those which do not. So just be sure that when you copy paste, it's the same characters, it's the same values as what you see in the invoice. So now you have line quantity. Here it's 396. We're going to do that, 396. And then the rate is 0.18 because I said that the dotted lines represent the decimal point. So it's going to be 0.18. Okay, so you have here the line description and then the line quantity, which is 396, this one. And then you have the line price of 0.18, which is this one. And then the line total is also an auto-calculated feature, auto-calculated by the system. So whatever you input in the line quantity and whatever you input in the line price will be auto-calculated or will be multiplied. These two numbers will be multiplied and then the answer will be here, which is the line total. So you don't have to input anything in the line total, only when if there's something wrong with the system. Let's say you input in the correct line quantity and also the line price, but then the line total here does not match with what's in here, even though you have already input the correct quantity and price. So then you're going to select the override field. But this is very minimal, or I don't think it's going to be a lot of issues for the auto calculation features. I think it's just going to be very minimal. So you're only going to use this override field if the system provides a wrong input to what's in here. But before you do select the override field, make sure that you have correctly extracted the line quantity and the line price. So once you've correctly extracted the information, So you're going to you have already your line description, your line quantity, your line price, and your line total. So you're going to select save. So that's it. You have here your data. You can see what you have extracted. So next, as you can see, there are other line items here that we need to extract. So we're going to add another row. So let's see what's our next line item description to extract. So you have inventory maintenance, has two values here, this row and then this row. So what we're going to do, since this one does not have a line description, but we all know that it is the same as the inventory maintenance, you're going to repeat inventory maintenance twice and then extract the values you can find here. So let's have inventory maintenance, and you have line quantity of 21, a line price of 2. So that's it. So the auto calculated feature 42, you can see here it's 42. So you're going to select save. Okay, so you have it here. So you're going to add another row until all the line descriptions that you need to extract are fully extracted. So as I said, inventory maintenance has two values here, this next line. So you're going to repeat inventory maintenance again. The line quantity is, for this next line, is 3. The line price is 2. And then the total charge is 6. So if you can see, it's already auto-calculated. So again, you click on save. And then you move on to the next line. This one, the value is 0, so you're not going to include this. So you're going to include this because you have the value of 2.00. You have the quantity, the rate, and then the total charge. This one you're going to include. And then also this one. So let's proceed. You have whole, this one. Add another line. The line quantity of 1. Do not include the asterisk or else it will create an error. So just 1. And then the value of 2.00. So you have the item total, which is equal to this one also. So click on save. And then another line, which is the linen shed, this one. Quantity of 2 to 2, and then rate of 7. So the line total is 14, here 14, so click on save. Okay, so just in case you made an error, if you made an error in your extraction, you can just, if you want to update a certain line, just click there, and then update, and then click save again. And then if, let's say, you clicked on save twice, and then so this one is repeated, so this one is duplicated, what you can do is click on the delete function. You can click here. And this one is also, these options are for moving rows up and down. Okay, so we're now here. Let's move on. This one has no value, but in the next line you can find a value. So we're going to copy this line, add another description. This has no value, so use this instead. So you have 9, is this one, and the value, and the price is 8.49. So the total charge is 76.41, which is also correct. So you click on save. So if you want to, you can view the next rows. You have up to 25, and then if you have more than 25 rows, then you just click here. Okay, so next, we've done this. Let's move on to the next line description, which is this one. But again, there's no value here, so you're going to use these values. So math study 1. And then the value of the bill quantity of 9, and then the price of 5.50. So the value is 49.50. So you're going to save. So we have here. And then the next is this one, scraper math. So if we browse down, we have so we have 2 more pages. We have another page to go. We have 3, 1.65. So let me just click this one so that I can report to our head of technology. So we click save. So we see it's not rounding off, but we should get that fixed later on. So just click save. Okay, so the value is here, it's rounded off in here, so that should be fine. Okay, so I don't want to keep you that long for this video, so I just wanted to make this short so you will understand how you're going to perform the task. So I will finish this until I reach this part, until sales tax, because sales tax is to be included. So that's it. Let's say you have already extracted all the necessary information in here. So after that, make sure that your total invoice amount, this one here, which is an auto calculation feature, which sums up or totals up the item total that you have here. So make sure that this one tallies or matches with the invoice total that you have in the invoice. Let's say the invoice total here is, if we go back to our sample, the invoice total is here. That's item total. Invoice total is this one. So you go to final invoice. So make sure that the total invoice amount you have here matches with what's on the invoice. Again, you're only going to select this override option if, after checking all your item price, quantity, and item total, if there's nothing wrong, everything's okay, but still the auto-calculated field is different from what's in the invoice, then you're going to select this override option. So the override option for item total and total invoice amount is on a case-to-case basis. So always make sure to double check your answers, to double check the information you extract. So once everything is fine, then you're going to submit your answer. Select submit your answer. Once it's submitted, you will see a message, an auto-generated message that says you have completed one task, and then just select the production category again, and then proceed to your next task. Just a quick reminder also, always read the instructions, always refer to the general instructions, specific instructions, and the list of vendors that require only a summary extraction. Whenever an instruction is updated or when there are new samples added, you'll be informed via email and on the Skype group that I've created. This task is first come first serve basis, so if you're not quick enough when we send out an auto notification that tasks are available, then please do not question why there are no more tasks. So once you receive an auto notification, then please start doing the task, and if there's still task available, then good enough. If there's none, then please wait for the next batch. So thank you for participating in this project. Thank you for joining me in this quick video, and I hope that you perform well, because good performers will be added to other invoice data extraction projects. Thank you, and happy earning.